Hello everybody, welcome to Virtual Academy. Myself Poonam and I have started a virtual course for the students who wants to learn C++ programming language. This is my very first video from the video series and it is for the introduction of programming language and a little bit of introduction of C++ language. Through this video, I will try to make you understand and be familiar with the programming languages. And I will also discuss and try to answer the questions, what is a programming language and why we need a programming language. These are the very basic questions that bother the students who learns a programming language for the very first time. So, a programming language is a formal computer language designed to communicate and instruct a machine, particularly a computer. And programming languages can be used to create some programs that controls the behavior of a computer device. And I will take a very simple example over here. Suppose this man wants to communicate with this girl. So there should be a medium for the conversation, for the communication and to express themselves, and that is a natural language, whether it is English, Hindi, French, Spanish, some other languages can be, but the condition is there should be a common language, means both should know that language properly for the conversation. In the same way, if this man wants to communicate with this machine or the computer device, there should be a common language also, but this is not possible because the device understands only two states, means zeros and ones, means the absence and the presence of the electricity. So the communication is not possible. But we have a solution of this problem, and that is through some programming languages we write some computerized programs that can be translated to the native language of a machine to instruct it according to our needs. And some translators are used for the translation. This was all about programming languages and why we need them. Programming language is a language that writes some kind of computerized instructions. And if I talk about why we need a programming language is used to instruct a machine according to the needs of a human. I will state one more example over here. If a human being tells the machine, please provide me or show me the addition of 16 and 17, it is not possible because a machine cannot understand the vibrations of a natural language. So it understands only the static value, the states like zeros and ones. So it is not possible. It is possible only with the use of some kind of programming languages. Now let me talk about the levels of programming language. We have a lot of programming languages, so we have divided them in two levels: machine language, assembly language, and high level language. The machine language is very closer to the hardware device, as the hardware device only understands the absence and presence of the electricity. So machine language is used to denote those two states, and 0 is used for the absence and 1 is used for the presence, and also 0 denotes the false value and 1 denotes the true value. So the lowest level is called the machine language, and in the second level we have the low level, we have assembly language. And assembly language is a bunch of mnemonics. So what are these mnemonics? Mnemonics are the short form used for some operations, like for addition we use ADD, for moving purpose we use MOV, for subtraction we use SUB, and for division we use DIV, and for multiplication we use MUL, so on. Over here I have written two examples: add A and B. A, B are the operands which has some content, so the content of these operands are add up over here. And move is used for moving the value of one register to the other register. Okay, In the higher level, we have high level languages, and we have a lot of high level languages in today's world, and I have written some examples also: Java, C, C++. We also have PHP, .NET, Fortran, Pascal, Basic, etc. If I talk about the example of an high level language, I have written a C++ code. If n modulus 2 means the percent sign over here is used for division, if the number the value stored in n is divided by 2 equals to 0, means if it gives remainder as 0, that number is an even number, and if it provides us 1 not 0, so the number is odd. Cout is an operator in C++ that is used to print the value enclosed in the double quotes. So if the if statement gives us a true, so Cout will print even. If it give us false, so it will print odd. Okay, these are the languages we have. In the low level, we only have a single language, that is the machine language, closer to the hardware. In low level, we have assembly language that is closer to the machine language. For if I talk about human, it is impossible to write programs in machine language program, and it is also difficult for a human to learn and write some kind of programs in assembly language. So we have high level languages for writing the computerized instruction, because it is very similar to an English language. Okay, next I will talk about the translators, because as I told you earlier, the machine understands only the string of zeros and ones. So whatever language we use for writing the programs, the code must be translated to zeros and ones. So if I talk about high level language code, the high level language code is fed to the translators like compiler or interpreter. So these are the two translators used for high level languages that provide us the zeros and ones, the machine code. In the same way, the assembly language code is provided to the assembler, that is also a translator used for assembly language programs. It will also provide us the zeros and ones. So the computer will work according to the instructions provided in the program. Next, I have given a little bit of history and introduction of C++ language. C++ is a high-level programming language developed by Bazarne Strostrup starting in 1979 at Bell Laboratories. C++ runs on a variety of platforms such as Windows, Macintosh, and various versions of Unix also. This is the picture of Sir Bazarne. I will also state one more thing over here. You can see double plus after C. It is also called the incremented version of C, because C is the function-oriented language before C++, but C++ is an object-oriented language. If I talk about object-oriented languages are the language which has the concept of classes and objects. So C++ language is called the language means the C with classes. I will also talk about the object-oriented concepts in my further videos. So let's talk about the applications of C++ language. C++ language is used for developing desktop applications and system softwares also, and some more applications are written below. Like C++ language is used for designing operating system. One example is there, Windows XP. Google also use C++ for indexing purpose. Some other Google applications are also written in C++, including the file system of Google and the Google Chrome. Few parts of the Apple OS are also written in C++. Internet browser Firefox is also written in C++. All major applications of Adobe systems are developed in C++, like Photoshop, ImageReady, Illustrator, Adobe Premiere are also used in C++. C++ is used for designing the databases like MySQL, and some device drivers are also used with the code of C++ language. So that was all about the introduction of programming language, a little bit introduction of C++ and some application. So I hope you have enjoyed my video. So please subscribe my channel so you will get the notification whether I will upload some more video for the video series. Thank you so much.